Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear.
And I'm Don Carr, and we're here to talk about the Line 6 Helix ecosystem.
Don, there's been a lot of really cool stuff happening with Helix. We've got a bunch of gear here that we're going to check out.
Yeah, it's really exciting, man. Just so much new stuff.
We've got a Helix here, we have an HX Effects, we have an HX Stomp, we've got a Helix Native, and we also have a new power cab to check out.
Right. All cool stuff. And the great thing about it is the new system is really integrated. It's all completely seamless.
Right, and that new system came out with the newest software that's available for the Helix ecosystem, if you will, and that's version 2.8 or version 2.81 as we're shooting this video. Version 2.8 introduced a lot of new features, new amp models, new effects models, and we're going to talk about a few of those in this video.
Yeah, Mitch, there's 8 new amp models and 8 new effects models, and they sound great. They really do.
In addition to those new amp and effects models, we also have a lot of new features. Some of the coolest features include hotkeys. Now, hotkeys allows you to use your Helix to control your software that's running inside your computer. You just hook it up by USB, and by pressing buttons on the Helix itself, you can be operating, for example, Pro Tools or Logic or whatever DAW you're working with. The hotkeys feature includes templates, so you're good to go right out of the box. Whatever DAW you're working with, whatever software you're using, it's already set up to work with the hotkeys that are in Helix. We also have new power cab remote features that allow the Helix to take complete control over your power cab. Similarly, we have DT remote software that allows you to control what's happening inside the DT25 and the DT50 amplifiers.
So Mitch, the biggest thing I'm excited about with this new ecosystem is the hardware-software compatibility all across the board.
Absolutely. What they've done is updated the software so there's compatibility among all the devices. So if you create a preset in Helix Native, for example, it'll work in all your Helix devices. If you're working in HX Effects, it'll work in all of your devices. And the limitations are basically what those devices support. So for example, HX Effects has no amps.
Right, exactly. And you know, HX Stomp has a little bit less blocks that you can do, but yeah, the great way to look at this is that it's actually preset sharing. So if you create a sound, say in Helix Native, say you're working on your DAW, and you want to take that to the stage, you can just drop it right in your Helix floor unit.
It really makes it easy.
Yeah.
Take what you're doing at home to the stage, to the studio, rehearsal. If you're tweaking things in rehearsal to make them work better on stage, you can have kind of a library that you're building that serves as a central place for
Right,
it.
that's the whole point. It's all in one spot. All of your Helix sounds are in one spot.
Right. Functionally, there are a lot of new features as well. For example, there's now a snapshot bypass that allows you to engage a snapshot but still be able to turn the different stomp boxes and blocks on and off manually.
Yeah, that's cool.
You can also now step back and forth between snapshots. There's some different ways to use snapshots that make them much more usable on stage.
Wow, that's great, man. Super handy stuff.
There are so many new features, more than we could possibly go into in this video, but lots of little things that make things so much more usable and user-friendly, especially on stage. For example, there's now a tempo indicator on the Helix. They've also introduced Variac string level adjustments. You can easily control everything from right inside your Helix.
So in addition to all the new software stuff, we've got some new hardware pieces as well. Custom colors on the Helix and the Stomp. We've got Space Gray on the Helix and Cosmic Gray on the Stomp.
I love the way the Space Gray looks on the Helix, man. It really looks high-tech.
Yeah, it really does, man. It highlights what it is, right? I mean, super high-tech. I like the Cosmic Gray as well. Kind of a cool, funky, especially with the metal flake in it. Nice look.
Right. Why not have both? Because you can send patches back and forth, presets, interface it with your computer. So the whole thing, again, works as one Helix world.
Right. One family for sure.
Speaking of the Helix family, there's also a new power cab that's been added to the Line 6 family that'll work, of course, with any modeler, but it's ideally suited with the Helix. And that's the Power Cab 212 Plus. This is a stereo amplifier with two 12-inch speakers, two 1-inch tweeters, and 500 watts of power on board. You've got Line 6 control over everything that's happening, so you can step on a switch on your Helix, and it'll change everything that's happening inside the power cab as well. We've got 8 new speaker models for a total of 12 speaker models on board, and those include things like the Vintage 30, the Greenback, Creamback, things that everyone's been asking for and that sound absolutely phenomenal. There's also a flat mode that allows you to use the speaker emulation that's inside the Helix itself. We have 128 presets available on board, as well as up to 128 different impulse responses. And maybe best of all, it includes tilt-back legs, so when you're on stage, you can aim it right at your ears for easy monitoring. It's a great solution for getting model sounds from your Helix or other modeler to your ears on stage. Beyond the Helix hardware, the Helix native software has also been updated for Mac and PC. So when you're using that inside your DAW, you can easily create presets and move things back and forth with your Line 6 hardware. So Don, of course, what everybody's really excited about are the new amps and the new effects. So you're going to demo some of those for us?
Right, absolutely, man. Let's check them out.
The Line 6 Helix family has really become a complete family at this point, being able to move presets back and forth, all the new sounds, the integration with the power cabs, so much great stuff available with a Helix.
Yeah, I've been using the Helix on stage, and I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get the power cab on stage, too.
It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for Sweetwater's Guitars and Gear. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more guitars, more amps, more effects. We'll be making lots of music. I'm Mitch Gallagher. This is Don Carr. Thanks for joining us.